What's up, everyone? Beastmode back here with another video. So today we're going to cover the final two deck list, or the top two deck list of the BCS 8 tournament that took place last night. It was a 33-person single elimination Edison format tournament. If you guys want to play in these tournaments, they take place twice a month on average on the Beastmode Discord server. They are free to enter. We will be having a quote-unquote championship tournament towards the end of the year, October-ish, November. Haven't quite decided yet on a date. Players that win this tournament get an invite. Depending on the amount of entries, I should say, we have, will dictate how many invites we give out. This tournament here had over 32, so we gave out a invite to first and second place. And again, these are tournaments that are above local level in terms of competitiveness. There's a lot of pro players, quote unquote pro players, right, that play in these tournaments, players that have topped premier events. So this is a really good place to test decks that you want to run at those premier events. Like, let's say you want to play in an RBET, then it would probably be a good idea to maybe test a deck in one of these tournaments, because you have to win 5 rounds in a row because they're single elimination to win the whole event. So it's really good practice. But without further ado, we'll get into the second place deck, which was piloted and pretty much created by Snack here. This is her cat plant deck, which she's a huge fan of. She has placed pretty well in other tournaments with this deck. I don't know what build exactly, but just she's been tweaking this build for quite some time. Looks like a quick draw deck, of course. Plays very similarly with the quick draw, the debris, the mill with the Raikos, and of course Kaya. So it really is a quick draw deck, but it has the monk, the cat, and the double Arabellum splashed in. Of course, Cyber Dragon is also tossed in there as well to make the level 8s. The magic or spells. Mark of the Rose, pretty cool tech. It's viable here because of all the plants. So just one tech. This card is like broken. Brain Control is probably the best card of the format, and then you have Mark of the Rose. That's really, really good. Traps seem pretty standard. Only thing I'd have to say is that 42 cards just kills me. I'm sure that there's math behind all this. She's really into analytics and statistics and all that. I would understand the reason why the Dusts are in here, because of the fact that you want to try to get direct attacks off with the Arabellum. So I do understand the thought behind it. Side deck, pretty standard here. Smashing Ground, I'm a huge fan of. One Soul Release. I go in and out with this card. It's in my sideboard. It's out of my sideboard. It's one of those straight -1s, but if you hit it at the right time, can really make opponents' cards dead. Compulse, I'm a huge fan of right now in the sideboard. Triple Pulling the Rug, I think it has to have. You just have to have it. Shuts down a lot of decks beside the Monarch deck and can really hurt Diva Hero. So that's another deck. You can actually put it in against a deck like this because it can hit the double Caius, double Debris. So that's an option. Double Trapstun. So Trapstun came up on stream a lot. Again, it really makes the cat plays stick. So I do like the Trapstun here, especially in combo-oriented decks like this. Like, you have to have the monk into the rescue cat. That play has to work, or your deck just doesn't do anything. And then the one road probably for the Blackwing matchup. So extra deck's pretty standard, not a whole lot going on there. So congrats to Snack. There was over 32 players. So every 16 players that enter one of these tournaments, we give an invite to the championship that will happen at the end of the year. So she will be invited. And again, congrats to Snack. First place, we have 10 foot. This is his value build. I've had this deck showcase on this channel a few times already. It's pretty standard. He pretty much only plays value. Of course, there's some changes to it. I know for a long time he was on Triple Dust Tornado, but as Frogs became more popular, this card was just completely dead, so he's had to cut down on it. I do think 1, maybe 2 is the right number. I don't think that you want to eliminate this card completely from your deck because of the fact that it's just so good in general against the, if you're not playing Royal Oppression, if you're playing a deck that needs to hit Royal Oppression, you have to have the Dust Tornadoes. But just generic removal is just really, really good, especially Black Wings, you hit the Whirlwind. Card's really bad against Christius Warren unless you can happen to hit the end phase Beckoning Light, and or Frogs, pretty useless against. But monsters seem to be pretty standard here. The Spirit Reaper is his tech. A lot of people have adapted this now. It's really, really good. We witnessed on stream. If you want to check out the live stream, it's posted on the channel. But oftentimes he'll set this and pass, and people are reading Raikos, and then he'll flip it next turn and just drop a card out of somebody's hand. So really good in this deck. It's probably just people overlook it, but I think that this card probably should be a staple in this deck, to be honest. Spells. This card is a blowout right here. This is what makes this deck really good, is Burial and Dark Arm. These are the 2 power cards of the deck. Most decks just have Dark Arm, rather. because Dark Arm is pretty much always live in this deck because you can manipulate the graveyard all the time. And Burial lets you just OTK out of nowhere. So he still is main decking double oppression. He has not pulled off of that yet. A lot of people are cutting one. You know, I've seen some some value decks that are not main decking any. So still is running 2 copies here. Sideboard, Fossil Dyna is really, really good. We saw that on stream. This deck has a tough time with frogs. Got to have the double Dyna there. Deck Devi, I'm surprised it's only 1 because this is a blowout card against a frog deck. I would probably personally, not that I play value much, I probably would cut the Kaiku. I just don't think this card does a whole lot. Put another Deck Devi in. Double Compulse, again, you're seeing the trend here. Compulse is almost a staple on the sideboard now. So if you're not on it, you probably should be testing it out. Triple Rug, can't leave home without him. Double Dust, still has full 3 copies, access to 3 copies in the 55. And then we have Double Road for the Blackwing matchup. So congrats to 10-Foot for winning the BCS tournament. He's done well in most of them, always is towards the end, top 4 and everything else, and finally got a win. So things that are happening here, if you haven't already heard, Edison War League will be starting up on May 20th, will be week 1. We will begin. Team signups can begin May 1st. So that's what, Monday or Tuesday, I think, at this point. I don't know. And we need one more boost on the server so we can get the team icon. So if you guys are looking to try to contribute to the server or the War League, it'll be nice if somebody else boosts. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and if you haven't, subscribe. I don't know what you guys are doing. We're trying to throw tournaments here. We're trying to have an Edison War League, really trying to do some stuff for the community here, keep this thriving and giving, players access to tournaments and different outlets to play. So with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.